welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing Cibao FC 2, Cavalier FC 1 in the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup Final 2024 Leg 2. Aggregate is 2-2 for Cavalier. They win on away goals. They are the champions of the Caribbean Cup. They deservedly win. They got the win that they deserved. It's a big, big game for them. I don't know if I'd say, well, they earned it. Yeah, they earned the win, so they deserved it. It was a tough game. They almost imploded, but in the end, they still got the win. Was it pretty? No. Was it good? No. Was it enough to win? Yep, and that's all that matters to them. Cibao FC 2, Cavalier FC 1. La Copa Caribe de la CONCACAF. Partido Volta. 2-2 global. Goals de visitar para Cavalier. Cavalier campeón de la Copa Caribe. Avanzar de la octavos de final de la Copa Campeones de la CONCACAF. Cibao y Real Hope en la primera ronda de la Copa Campeones de la CONCACAF. Cavalier, the champions of the Caribbean Cup, well deserved. They earned it. They busted their ass over 180 minutes. And was it pretty at times? No. Were they on the ropes at times? Yes. Was it more of a decision than a knockout? For sure. But in the end, does it matter as long as you win? Not really. Goals were scored as follows. 27th minute, Juan Diaz scores. Ball hits off the hand of a defender. As he's jumping, his hand goes up. Ball falls off of it. Penalties given. Juan Diaz smashes it home. 1-0. 1-0 esta noche. 1-1 global. 1-1 on aggregate. Cibao has the lead, and they have a chance to take this to extra time if they don't score another goal. But a minute later, they do. A minute later, they do score that goal that takes away extra time. Ball slipped through. The defense falls asleep. That ball slipped through. Ball's crossed in. Rivaldo Correa brings it down and heads it in. Gets to it. Heads it in. Off the cross in. 28th minute, 2-0. 2-0 esta noche. 2-1 global. 2-1 on aggregate. Cibao has the lead, and they would until the half, and even a little bit through the half, the second half. Halftime, 2-0. 2-0 esta noche. 2-1 global. 2-1 global. 2-1 on aggregate. 2-1 on aggregate. 2-1 global. They have the lead, and the first half was very even, I would say. The first half was very even, besides Cavalier absolutely melting down like a nuclear plant. It was pretty even, I would say. Cavalier and Cibao were trying to feel each other out. They were hopping around each other like boxers, didn't want to throw a shot yet. And then, of course, the two goals, the penalty, then the goal the minute after the penalty went in. And it looked like Cavalier were imploding, and it only took 2 minutes for them to implode. And other than that, they were pretty solid throughout the first half and second half. They were pretty solid defensively. They fell asleep twice off the handball and then letting that ball slip through. A long curling pass slipped through the back line. You can't do that. You really can't do that. And you did. And not a good way to give it up, but I think the game was very even in both cases. In most cases, I think Cavalier were the better team because it was so even and they were defending so well up until, besides those two moments. Cibao, finishing-wise, besides those two goals, didn't have much. I don't think they had much. Cavalier didn't have much either, but they got the one they needed. Dwayne Atkinson scores in the 54th minute. A ball falls back to him. He slots it home. Bounces around. It falls to him. He slots it home. Runs in and slots it home. 2-1. 2-1 esta noche. 2-2. Aggregate 2-2 global. Goals de visitar para Cavalier. Away goals to Cavalier. Full time is 2-1. 2-2 global. Goals de visitar para Cavalier. 2-2 on aggregate. 2-1 esta noche. Cavalier wins the trophy. They got the goal they needed. They defended. They buckled down. They really could have put another one away, too. They really had an empty net that they couldn't put a ball into to end this game before the final whistle ended it. Because if they scored, even if Cibao scored, they still would have won on away goals. So they had an empty net. They had a chance late on after that. 2 late chances that really could have ended this game that they didn't get, which sad because they deserved to put them away. Like, they should have put those chances away for sure. And they didn't. And they didn't. And that's life, but what can you do? What can you do? Full-time stats are as follows. 13 shots to 10, 6 shots on goal to 6, 55% possession to 45% possession, 375 passes to 290, 87% pass accuracy to 84, 9 fouls to 8, 1 offside to 0, 1 yellow card to 0, 0 red cards to 0, 5 corners to 3. I think Cibao's going to be kicking themselves, is my point right now. I think they're kicking themselves because they scored 2 goals in 2 legs. Of course, both goals tonight. They scored 2 goals, but it was within a minute. And after that, they let Cavalier chase the game, especially before their goal. And then they just couldn't score. They just couldn't put one home after they scored, after Cavalier had scored. And Cavalier honestly had some better chances than Cibao did once they were chasing the game. Cavalier, it wasn't pretty. The performances weren't pretty. I wouldn't say they were over and above the better team. But what I will say is that they were the team that wanted it more. They were the team that pushed the pace. They were the team that, even though they fell asleep twice and almost put themselves out, they got back on the tightrope. They walked a tightrope for about 30 minutes, give or take, 30, 40 minutes, and won the game. Was it pretty? No. Are they champions? Yes. So do they care how it went? No. They do not care how they did it. They just did it. And that's what matters. Because why would you care how you did it if you did it? Cibao's going to be the ones who's laying awake at night thinking, shit, we could have done this better, this better, this better. We weren't bad, but we were second best on the night. Not because we were trash, but because we didn't win either leg. We couldn't get an away goal, which would have, if they did, no problem. No problem. Still would have been 3-2, but they score a second, no problem. Well, I guess it would have been a problem then, but then they would have had to score 2. Basically, not getting that away goal, Cibao, screwed them. It screwed them. Point blank period. It screwed them. Because if they got that away goal, they win the trophy. 3-2 on aggregate. Cavalier didn't score a second goal. Basically, it's 1 goal. 1 goal, either there or away, would have won this trophy. And you just couldn't get it. Now, Cavalier defended their asses off. Point blank, period. I'd say Cavaliers, all of them are man of the match. I don't think we have a man of the match, unless you want to go with the goal scorer. I really believe that Cavalier defense and midfield is the man of the match. Because that last 30 minutes, my God. They could have put away that empty net goal, hockey style, and ended this, but that defense legitimately held firm. They locked up like it was Fort Knox. They locked up like Attica, Alcatraz. It was done and dusted. They're like, okay, we got our goal. We're going to shut your asses down. That's what they did. That was their mentality. And hell, they had some really good chances while trying to shut their ass down. Seems to me like the way that game was running, as soon as that goal went in, Cibao's like, oh. It's like they were like, oh, we shouldn't have let them been chasing the game once we scored those goals. Knowing damn well 1 goal against would have screwed you over. So I don't know why you let them chase the game anyway. You go for another. Aggregate-wise, can you do math? Because 1 goal screws you since you don't have the away goal. I don't know if this was them being like, hey, if they score, we'll score. And then once it happened, they're like, oh, shit, we didn't think that would actually happen. Oh, damn. then they didn't score. As I said, Cavalier had some better chances while they were defending the game away than Cibao did. Frankly, I don't think the quality of the chances were ever there when they were chasing the game. I don't think they were, to be totally fair. I don't think those quality chances were there. Yeah, they put things on net. Barclay saved them. They shot the ball. They went wide. But did they have quality chances? No. Not in my opinion, at least. I think Cibao overcompensated, or I won't say overcompensated, but over-expected for themselves. They're like, an under-expected Cavalier. They're like, we'll score if they score. We're fine. And then that actually happens. And they actually score and have a goal against, and they're like, oh, this might be harder than we thought. And then it was. So they basically played themselves by letting them chase the game. They let the momentum get to Cavalier. Cavalier scores, and they're like, oh, well, we have the momentum now. We're on a tightrope, but we have the momentum now, and we're not letting you score. Whether you think you will or not, we're not letting you. Did they, though? No, exactly so. Cavalier played this perfectly. Even though they almost collapsed and they did implode for 2 minutes, they're like, okay, we got this. All we have to do is score. All we have to do is score a goal and then hold firm. Hold for our lives. Hold on for our dear lives. That's all we have to do is score, then hold on for our dear lives. But first we have to score. And then they started letting them chase the damn game. Like, that was smart. 1 goal, McFly. 1 goal changes you from champions to chumps. And you chose, you know what, we'll take the chance. We'll be fine if they score. We'll have time. You did. You still couldn't score. So you were wrong. I would rather be scored on the 85th minute. And be like, well, shit. They got it late. Then be like, scored on 54th minute. You have 34 minutes, 35, whatever, how many minutes to score. And you don't. You played yourself, Cibao. You played yourself. You should have got the away goal. You didn't, because they gutted that one out. Cavalier gutted that one out. Then you couldn't score at home a 3rd goal. You don't deserve to win the trophy. You don't. So it wasn't pretty. Cavalier won. Did they dominate you? No, they won. Who cares? Point blank, period. They don't care. They won. You're going to be the one stuck up at night like, damn, we really could have played that better and won the trophy. But now it's all just ifs and buts were candies and nuts. My aunt would be my uncle. My grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike. Right? That's what it is. You got what you deserved. You overestimated yourself, you underestimated them, you got what you deserved. That's all I'm going to say. That whole Cavalier defense earned this damn thing, though. I'm telling you that right now. On the night, they earned it. Now, Shaquille Stein definitely did his part over the whole tournament. The goleador de la torneo, golden boot winner of the tournament. You're damn right he did. But tonight, it was the defense. And Cavalier redeemed themselves from last year. They were a hair away from winning this trophy last year. They were a hair away from being back-to-back. They redeemed themselves. Deservedly so. And was I wrong about my prediction? I predicted Mocha to win 3rd place, Cibao to win the trophy. I was wrong about both. 0-2 on my 3rd place and final predictions. 0 for 2, 0-2, because, frankly, Cavalier, Cibao may be good, but Cibao is very cocky. And Cavalier is not. That's really what decided it, frankly. Deep down is what I think. So there you go. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for a live watch along at 6:55, 7 o'clock for El Dialoalense versus Real Esteli, second leg of the Central American Cup final. Once that's over within the hour, I will have the review up for that final. We'll see who wins the Central American Cup tomorrow. We'll be live for it and review it. I'll see you then. Congratulations, Felicidades Cavalier. Commiserations, Cibao, you blew it. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. See you.